This woman, she'll ask you about your day. She doesn't really want to know about the good. She doesn't want to know about the bad. She wants to know about the times that get you through that day. And I love her for that. And that woman is Jazzy Smith.
Hey everyone, my name's Jazzy. I'm an adjective. I'm going to start off with a poem called Self-Dressed, with a capital D. I've been taught that my skin is the most beautiful dress I will ever wear, but it's the only one I've ever had. I was born waiting and wet, still and soaking from the bathtub. My mom held out my skin, shook it out dry, the small shrunken outline of me. I raised my arms, and she stretched out my destined olive elastic, pulled it over the edge of my elbows, buttoned the turns of my tornado thighs, permanent accessories of chocolate brown button irises, fields of wavy dark bristles as gloves on my arms, as stockings on my legs. She smoothed my eyes with her gentle thumb, sloping almond slides like hers. But this skin crinkles, squeaks, and speaks for me, as me. When I want to bloat or burst, it muffles me. It expands without me, drags on the ground. Sometimes I cut through it, carving peepholes, hoping I can spill out. I search down my back's bones for the zipper. I feel over my knees' hills to unbutton. But I stop searching when this dress frays, when it softens with time. Old enough to swallow the pill of complacency, I find myself mumbling, my skin is the most beautiful dress I will ever wear. The only one I will ever wear. Okay. This poem, it's one of my first poems, so bear with me. It's called, and it's long, so I hope you have a long attention span. It's called Funny. You and God look so much alike. Honey, this ride didn't come with steering. This momentary high we call happiness and this uneasy heaviness we call pain are just two sides of the same coin. Eternally flipping, all in on heads, betting with bullets, manufactured expectation. And oh, the things we'll do to see ourselves when we look in the mirror. The narcissist joy we get from the sweet sound of our own name. We compete for center stage in our one-man sitcom. Bitch about our problems, but there are only lines. We wouldn't make ratings if there was no drama. Too scared to stop performing and just take a seat among the empty rows of this theater and just watch the movie. Too busy denying that this is a dream to actually learn anything from it. We take the liberty to create life's answer key, and everyone else should have bubbled in the correct answer, change. But we look at each other and say, oh, but not me, I make the test. We obsessively stalk beauty. When we get close enough, we suffocate her to death, pleasing our possessive hands, sealing her corpse in a glass casket, just to stare at her porcelain face a little longer. We have our big boy job, stamp and pile everything under big boy words like good and evil, noses in the air saying, see? Time says I've earned this badge called judgment. So meaner, meaner, meaner. But a voice that hurts to hear whispered to me, funny, you and God look so much alike. And I begin to melt. Earthquake realizations that I want love to bite me with teeth of brutal truths, how I am nothing like a summer's day. I want to rip off my name tag and stop looking to it to remind me who I am. Stop painting my future inside the bold lines. Massive hands, please break open through the sky and drown me in reality. No more injecting this lie, this illusion, this sedative that I have control. Because how can a blind person draw truth's face? I see a shameful circle I've treaded and engraved in the ground my entire life. And just this once, I want my hands to let go of my imaginary wheel. Just this once, I want to sit alone on this cold bench and be the breaths from my lungs. Flip the coin, be okay with it not being my coin, and wake up. I'm not a fan of romantic relationships. I'm sorry if you are. This next one's called Please Don't Touch the Muse. I can be your muse, and you can touch me there. Mash our quivering lips, name it love. We can interweave fingers in coffee shops, vomit daydreams of happy jobs and happy children. We can memorize the misshaped chips in our irises, shove it in a pretty frame, let it collect dust in our untouched gallery. We can soak in shitty music on old couches, let our silence turn stale and get lost in patterned wallpaper. We can milk each other dry, rewinding the recording of our once virgin voices, confessing foreign words we misplaced in saliva. We can put the rest of us on repeat too. We can spoon in bed like we're supposed to. Your arm over my tiny body, our legs like tangled branches, and I can steal your warmth. But I will gently slip away when your breaths become heavy enough, my back to you where I belong, as your muse. Yeah. Okay, so if I haven't impressed you enough, I'm going to turn the tides and tell you a poem about my mom. Who I love a lot. So, okay. Anyway. It's called My Favorite Alarm Clock. Each foot shyly shuffles, and my door yawns as it opens, whispering if I'm awake, anticipation that I am in every sweet syllable. I've always been your tale. Your sunken cheeks, but ageless chiseled cheekbones when you smile, blossoming laughs, and the lines embracing your mouth like angel parentheses, something I look forward to every morning. Okay, and I guess I have a little tiny hope for love. But I kind of feel bad for unrequited lovers. So I wrote them a love poem. And this is to all you broken hearts. It's okay. I have a love poem for you. It's called Love Poem for Unrequited Lovers. No love poems for unrequited lovers, just dusty shelves, closed doors, and time. But let's sum up that waiting room time, twiddling thumbs for those who you love, but check out and don't tell you anyway, and instead make a beautiful baby named Infinity. Let's swim in the river of lonely tears and create clouds with the smoke of snuffed out romantic candles, and feast forever on the stood up cold romantic dinners. This one's for you, broken hearts, because your cracks are the most beautiful maps. Let's use this pain as gasoline to fuel the sun of our world, because so many others speak this language. And you may feel like you're in a dark, empty jail cell, but zoom out, and you're in an apartment complex. We all have our rooms, but the power has just gone out. Yeah. Okay. Am I good with time? Okay. All right.